right, good evening everyone. My name is Christian Fuentes. I'm the assistant band director here at St. John Bosco High School. I'm very glad to be here. It's my 7th year here, and I've had the privilege of working with Mr. Barbiero. He's one of our great band directors that we've had on staff, and I'm very truly going to miss him. At this time, I'm going to invite up the St. Joseph High School String Ensemble. St. Joseph High School is our sister school just a few minutes down the road on Woodruff. They participate in collaborative activities with us, such as theater, cheer, our music ensembles, color garden, our winter garden programs. One thing that I want to highlight is that this is the very first time since I've been here that we've had a partnership with both St. Joseph High School and St. John Bosco High School to perform for you today. And these young ladies, they've recently just started their string ensemble program. They just started, I want to say, a year ago, this year? Yeah, 1 year. So they've been going on for 1 year. And this is our very first time that we're actually playing together with both Bosco and Joseph's. We just had our dress rehearsal actually maybe about 20 minutes ago. So we put it together real quick, but I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy it. I'm going to invite up Mr. Ruben Rivas, who oversees the string ensemble at St. Joseph High School. He may be a familiar face because he was actually our former band director here at St. John Bosco High School, actually my band director when I was a student. So, yes, thank you. So I've had the privilege of working with him in partnership with him. He's my mentor, still keeps in touch with me, even since he left Bosco, but we've had such a great working relationship, and we really enjoy the partnership that we have for you. So I'm going to hand it over to him.
Thank you, Christian. I appreciate the invitation. Thank you for allowing us to come and perform. My name is Ruben Rivas. I was here starting back in 1996. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time. No, 98. So it was 17 years that I've been teaching it. It's a pleasure to see some familiar faces, Mr. Ettori, Ms. Valerie McRae, and some familiar faces. So thank you for the invitation. I met Mr. Barbiero a couple times at the Whittier Christmas Parade, and I got to meet him, and such a nice guy, and what I really appreciated about him was just always smiling, and we're able to have a nice conversation. He was eye level to me, so we're both tall, I don't have to look down, and we just hit it off. I think if he would have been here right now, we would have just been good friends and like brothers, really. We miss him, and so we're going to dedicate this song to him. And we're going to be playing Geppetto's Toys Shop. It's a world premiere. It's only been performed twice. Okay, so the piece is still being developed and changed over time, but I think we could go ahead and perform it, and they've done a great job. So we've only had one rehearsal. So please bear that in mind. Thank you so much, and here we go.
All right, so at this point, we're going to go ahead and invite up the intermediate band. All right, so I'll go ahead and hand it back over to Mr. Robinson.
I'm back. As you can see, our intermediate band is quite small. It's really only 3 students. But we see 4 people up here. So I'd like to introduce Mark Bush, who we brought in to help give us some support. He actually has some history here at the school. He's taught here for...
With Mr. Rivas, actually, as the coach, assistant type role.
Okay, so he definitely has some history here at St. John Bosco. The reason we brought him in is because, well, let me introduce all of our students. We have Leo here, we have Matthew, and we have Michael. Michael, unfortunately, was out of this most of the school year due to some health issues. So, you know, I didn't want to pressure him to play every piece because it was totally beyond his control, but I didn't want to pressure him to try to catch up with these students having missed pretty much most of the school year. So he'll be playing 2 pieces with us, and we brought Mark in to help support us with the remaining pieces. So please enjoy these 6 short pieces.
So at this time, we're going to invite back up our beginning band, as Mr. Easton formerly mentioned, that they will be playing a Brazilian percussion piece for you. And they're going to be setting up their instruments. This is actually one of Mr. Easton's specialty is in Brazilian percussion. So I really hope that you enjoy this next piece. I'll speak a little more to it and that whole teaching process of how he got them to learn a new instrument and a different style of music. So it's actually not very common in high schools to hear Brazilian percussion, so it's something that's very unique, and we hope that you enjoy it. So I'll hand it back over to Mr. Easton.
So if I'm not mistaken, this is a first here at St. John Bosco. But I have been teaching Brazilian drumming for many years. I've gone to Brazil and lived there. I've been there 5 times now. So when I got the green light from Dr. Galarkin, he said, "We want you to do some of what you do," and this is a big part of what I do. So I wanted to introduce them to something special. I love to share culture and rhythm and expand their worlds in terms of their worldview and learning about different cultures. So what this is Brazilian samba drumming. Often in this style, where it's just the drumming, it's often referred to as batucada. So this is an arrangement I did, but a lot of it is based off of some traditional rhythms. And it's really exciting, it's pretty loud, so enjoy. If anyone feels like dancing, don't
dancing. That was awesome. All right.
All I can say is, wow, they had those rhythms memorized and they didn't have music in front of them. They had that all memorized, right? That's just amazing. It's just great. At this time, I'm going to invite up our wind ensemble. So this group may look familiar to you. This group serves as our marching band in the fall season. So these are the guys that are out there at football games, at rallies, playing in the hallways, at school, any school performance. That's where you'll find this group. And in the winter, what we do is we transition into a concert-type setting. So we'll be playing a couple of tunes for you this evening, and we hope that you very much enjoy the work that they've been doing. One thing that I do want to mention is that each and every single piece that we will be performing for you today was hand-selected by Mr. Fabier. All right, so he went ahead and picked these pieces, and he said, Christian, these are the pieces that we are going to do this season. And I thought to myself, when I kind of took over the group, I was like, are you sure? Do I want to change it? But you know what? They really handled it well, and they're going to do such an amazing job, and I hope that you enjoy the pieces that we've selected for you. The first piece that we will be performing is Tales of Dundee.
job.
Next piece that we will be performing for you is called a Scottish portrait, and it's made up of three movements that are three Scottish pieces. A couple of minutes. All right, so this next piece is very near and dear to our hearts. We are dedicating this song from the wind ensemble to Mr. Fabio's memory. It is Psalm 42. All right, and our final piece for you this evening is Avenger. the fall season of marching band shows, you probably see them spinning the flags, spinning the rifle, spinning the saber, the flag, the gun, and the sword. And you also see them at parades with the marching band. They are what we call the auxiliary unit, and they provide the support to the marching band. I have to say, without the color guard, the marching band will not be eligible to participate in parades. They will not be eligible to participate in marching band competitions. Why? Because they create the color, they create an effect for the musical program that we're going to do. If you were just to picture the band just playing a piece, you just see music, but there really isn't any color to it. I mean, yes, there's color to music, but from a visual perspective, it's nice to see those colors just supplement the band. And so, after the fall season is completed, we then transition to our winter season. So, marching band splits off and turns to the wind ensemble, which just performed. After that, the color guard goes their separate way, goes into indoor color guard, and then the drumline goes their separate way and does indoor drumline. So they all separate. This is a very unique activity. It's an intense activity. They practice 2 days a week, 3 hours a day, and then they're at competitions all day on Saturday, and they've competed all across Southern California. You may have had the opportunity to see them at Huntington Beach, just Marina High School, Huntington Beach High School, and they performed at Paramount High School, and we've gotten a lot of compliments about our program here at St. John Bosco High School. So, without further ado, what I'm going to announce is what they typically hear at a competition so they know when they're ready. So, let's see. Mind you, they have about a minute and 30 seconds to set up their floor, equipment, flags, to where it needs to be. So they're in the process of doing that right now. So they'll hear something along the lines like this. From the city of Bellflower, California, now taking the floor, St. John Bosco High School. Applause. Performing their show, Time in Reflection, St. John Bosco High School is proud to present the St. John Bosco High School Winter Guard. Is the guard ready? St. John Bosco High School, you may take the floor in exhibition.
Think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories, time.
Sometimes you picture me, I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me, I can't hear what you've said.
And you say, go slow, I'll fall behind. The second hand unwinds.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time.
of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. You said go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwind. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time.
St. John Bosco High School. I want to acknowledge the following people because 4 of them are seniors. So I want to acknowledge Nikki Berto, Melinda Ramirez, Ariana Easterday, Gwen Casilian. I know this is a very emotional performance because it is the last time that they will be performing on this floor here at St. John Bosco High School. So I want to thank each and every single one of you because without you, none of this would be possible. You guys have really made an impact here at this program, and for that, I am eternally grateful. So just know that you always have a place here at St. John Bosco High School. You're more than welcome to come and visit and impart your wisdom on the future students at our program. So thank you once again, St. John Bosco High School. I also want to acknowledge their instructor, Mr. Randolph Padillo. He's been with me, what now, 7 years here at St. John Bosco, running each and every of our program. And so I thank you, Randy, as well. We make such a great team, and without him, none of this would be possible. So, our next group that's going to take the floor is the St. John Bosco High School indoor drumline. So St. John Bosco drumline, go ahead and come in out. Guard Association of Southern California, the indoor drumline, they also perform indoors in gymnasiums across Southern California. They compete in the circuit called the American Drumline Association of Southern California. I'm sorry. American Drumline Association. There we go, ADLA. They competed this year in the novice division. And actually, raise your hand if this is your first time competing in this group. There we go, there we go, there we go, Ms. Moreno. There we go. A majority of them are new to this group. It consists of the battery, which is our back section here. You see our snare drummers, raise your hand, and our bass drummers, raise your hand. All right, each of those bass drums have different pitches. Alex, go hit yours. Hit your bass drum real quick. Mr. Beck. All right. And then our snares. Let's hear something. Yeah, there we go. And then we have what consists of the front ensemble, which is the group that I teach, which consists of our marimbas, our auxiliary percussion with Joel and Lewis, and and then their instructor couldn't be here today. His name is Colby Beers. He went to Cal Arts, got his master's in percussion and performance, so we're very thankful to have him on staff with us. And he wishes you the best of luck and is sad that he couldn't be here with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and have them warm up because it's been a while since they've played something. So battery, go ahead and warm up real quick, and then I'll have the front ensemble warm up right after. get up at 5 in the morning on competition days. We get here at 6. We load a trailer. We load the bus. We drive all the way down to Ontario and Riverside. I don't know why they're so far away, but somehow we end up there. We get there, we unload the truck, unload the bus, find a rehearsal space, warm up a little bit, get to the front door of the gymnasium, usually these double doors. A judge meets us there and says, all right, you have a minute and 30 seconds to set up your floor, set up your instruments, and go. All right, so they had a relaxed version of that today, so not so stressful. But they're going to be performing their show that they've done for this winter season. And like the Winter Guard, they also hear a similar spiel when they start their performance. So, from the city of Bellflower, California, please welcome St. John Bosco High School. St. John Bosco High School is proud to present St. John Bosco High School Percussion Ensemble. students. And so, ladies and gentlemen, before we close out the evening, I just want to extend a few thanks to Mr. Bobby Easton. Where is Mr. Easton? Thank you, Mr. Easton, for stepping in. We appreciate it. Thank you. Mr. Randy Padilla, our color guard instructor, Mr. Colby here, our percussion instructor, Mr. Hugh Finley. Is Mr. Hugh Finley here? No? Probably left for the day. Mr. Hugh Finley is our brass instructor. He has worked extensively with our wind ensemble program and our beginning band program. He's our brass instructor, and we're grateful for him. And then I think that's pretty much everyone. I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank the administrations from both St. John Bosco High School and St. Joseph High School for allowing their students to perform. We thank you, the parents, for spending the time to get them here, to pick them up. I know it can be very time-consuming, but I'm grateful for all your sacrifices and giving these performers an opportunity. So without that, without further ado, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Drive home safely, and we hope to see you all next year. Thank you.